Watch UC Irvine versus Cal State Long Beach live Saturday night at 7:30 and again tape delayed on Sunday at 4 p.m. here on KDOC TV Channel 56.
This is KDOC TV, Channel 56, Anaheim.
Tonight, live from Titan Gym, it's Cal State Fullerton against the University of Nevada, Las Vegas Runnin' Rebels. Brought to you by the king of beers, Budweiser, and by Budweiser Light, the beer that brings out your best. By Imperial Savings, Mitsubishi Motors. Mitsubishi takes you where you've never been before. By the California Singles Club. It's today's way to bring your tomorrows together. And by California College of Technology. Give us a year and we'll give you a lifetime career. Good evening, everybody. Along with Marshall Klein, sports editor of the Orange County edition of the LA Times. Bob Harvey from jam-packed, sold-out, and excited Titan Gym. What a night.
You know, the only way you're going to get more people in here is if you buy the Farm Marshal dinner. Get your earplugs. How often do you get a chance to face number one in your own place? And here it is, the opportunity for Cal State Fullerton to make some history.
Right now, we'll pause and hear our national anthem performed by Daniel Harris.
Buds for all the guys who keep the action from getting out of hand.
This Bud's for you, for all you do. The king of beers is coming through.
Yeah, just for you, that distinctively clean, crisp taste that says Budweiser.
For all you do.
This Bud's for you.
There comes a time when all decisions don't come quite so easily, like financial decisions for your future. That's when Imperial Savings, with 124 convenient branches, over 1,100 employees, and nearly $5 billion strong, is a nice feeling. Imperial Savings, where tomorrow begins today.
Would you like to meet interesting people? With the many changing aspects of today's fast-paced world, the California Singles Club provides opportunities for you to learn and develop as a single. The California Singles Club offers a friendly support system and a chance to join informative group seminars, travel, and social activities. Serving both Orange and San Diego counties, we invite you to call for more information. Call the California Singles Club, 714-553-8366.
Back at Titan Gym, Bob Harvey and Marshall Klein. Let's meet the starting lineups. First of all, for the visitors, the University of Nevada, Las Vegas Running Rebels entering tonight's game with a record of 24-0, the best start in their history. 14-0 and newly crowned champions of the PCAA. They clinched the title last Saturday night by beating Utah State.
Not bad for your first year in a pretty tough conference. In fact, in the conference that most think is the most competitive in the West, or one of the most competitive in the country. Tarkanian himself thought he'd have a good team. Didn't think he had near the personnel, talent-wise, that he had last year. And here he is, number one, 24-0 for the last month. The only undefeated major college team in the country.
A surprise starting, Danny Tarkanian. He got out of the hospital yesterday after checking in with a 102-degree temperature and a severe case of bronchitis. He got out last night, worked out yesterday, and is here starting tonight.
I don't know who the team doctor is for the Rebels, but I think that Danny answered to a higher authority, Dr. Tarkanian, that he also calls Danny. He'll be out there until his health proves otherwise.
Okay, Tarkanian and Sidney Green, number 21, Sidney 6'9", a senior from Brooklyn. He is averaging 21 points a game, 12 rebounds a game, tops in the PCAA. Sidney is Mr. Inside, and Mr. Outside is Larry Anderson, who's 6'6", and a senior from Pittsburgh.
How good is Sidney Green? No less an authority than George McQuarrie, the Fullerton coach, who recruited Sidney to UNLV, says that he thinks Sidney will be the first forward picked in the NBA draft.
The starting center tonight in place of Eldridge Hudson, who tore some ligaments, or cartilage actually, in his left knee, is Paul Brozovic, a young man from Pennsylvania who went to Saddleback Junior College. He's number 50. Titan starting lineup, Leon Wood, Ricky Mixon, Gary Davis, Craig Fuller, Tony Neal, and it is just an awesome air of electricity here tonight. There you see Neal, the young man from Santa Ana, Davis from Compton, Fuller from Banning, California, Leon Wood, and UNLV, which has not lost yet, and immediately a backcourt violation, over and back.
Tough call, a very close call, happening in the opening seconds. Backcourt call against Danny Tarkanian. I'm not sure he was there. I think he was in the air.
Leon Wood leading the nation in assists. He's also leading the Titans in scoring with 18 points.
And his opposite number is number 2 in assists, the coach's son, Danny.
Titans, one of the leading offensive teams in the conference, but at the top of that particular category is UNLV. Averaging this year, beating their opponents by 12 points. And Leon is fouled. He'll go to the free throw line. Foul is whistled on Jeff Collins. And Collins and Leon right there, an interesting story. Both left the University of Arizona to come to their respective schools.
And both are outstanding backcourt men. Leon having the advantage of a few more years of experience.
Titans have the first point with 30 seconds gone. Leon Wood, a couple of very nice articles about Leon this week in the LA Times and also the Orange County Register. Leon, who was all set to go to UCLA, then the Bruins changed coaches. Leon went to U of A, made a mistake. Tarkanian's assistant, McQuarrie, who got the head job at Fullerton, said, come over here and play. Set out a year. Leon led the Titans to an 18-14 record last year. They're 18-5 this year. Second turnover for Tarkanian.
In less than a minute of play, that was forced by good Titan defense, something that is highly underrated this year for the Titans.
Fullerton 2, Nevada nothing. We have played 52 seconds.
Keys to victory, Bob, I think, will be the Titan backcourt. George McQuarrie is going to have to get a superior effort from both Leon Wood and his shooting guard, Ricky Mixon.
This is Mixon with it now to Leon. Open is Davis, baseline jumper. Rebound, Tony Neal. Brozovic with the board. Tarkanian lead to Collins with an exclamation point. George McQuarrie, third year, former assistant, and a very close friend, Jerry Tarkanian's.
Right now he's wondering how Jeff Collins got out in front of his defense.
We're tied at 2, a minute and a half gone. Titan Gym, it's been a sellout for 3 weeks. The number 1 team in the nation, UNLV. Number 1, according to Associated Press for the last 2 weeks, UPI this week. Leon outside the three-point line. The 30-second clock is down to 10. Down to 5. Ricky Mixon. Titans score, UNLV 2, and another Vegas turnover.
Running Rebels a little bit tight, but that's kind of their game plan. They don't really kick it into overdrive until they get down. They've been down 4 times on the road this year by as many as 13 points, came back to win every time.
There was a stretch earlier this year where they were behind big in several games in the second half and came back to win it. Look at this battle on the boards. Volleyballed out to Collins.
4-on-1.
Green on Leon. Blocked by Fuller. Goaltender.
Cannot pin it against the board. You can't do it.
That is an interesting story. Craig Fuller at 6'7", starting for the 3rd game in a row in place of 0-0 to Zell Jones.
2 words from Coach McWarren to his backcourt. Get back.
We're tied at 4, 17:35 left first half. Bob Harvey and Marshall Klein on KDOC TV, channel 56. Gary Davis, rebound College. Here's Tarkanian, number 2 assist man in the PCAA and the nation. Everything over 11 handouts per game. Here's Anderson. And a rebound for Fuller. Away from Sidney Green. Leon has it batted away, nearly stolen. Neal, Mixon, Leon. Look for Leon maybe to start shooting from three-point range if they give him the shot.
Leon will take whatever you give him. He'd just as soon pass off to Mixon for the 15-footer.
Gary Davis, 1 for 2 shooting inside to Fuller. Back out to Leon. Three-pointer. Rebound Davis. Rebound Sidney Green.
A swooping rebound by Super Sidney.
We're tied at 4. Vegas has never led in the game. Anderson, left-handed. He is a marvelous outside shooter. Larry Anderson averaging 17 points per game this year. Vegas leads now 6-4.
We're seeing a very good team, a team that all season long didn't get the credit they deserve. They've been the only undefeated team for over a month now, and it took this long for UPI to figure that out.
16-15, the jumper by Nixon would not have counted had it gone. Foul inside on Craig Fuller. That is the first foul on Fuller, and that is the first team foul on Cal State Fullerton. 6-4, UNLV leading Cal State Fullerton on KDOC channel 56. Our first live telecast of the 82-83 season. We're happy you could join us. Nearly 4,500 people inside Titan Gym. Fullerton has beaten Las Vegas once in their history. A jumper by Collins gives Vegas a 4-point lead. The only time Fullerton beat Nevada, Las Vegas was way back in 1961 when Fullerton was known as Orange State College and Vegas known as Nevada Southern. Neal, Tony Neal, voted the Freshman of the Year last year in the Pacific Coast Athletic Association.
And any scoring you get out of Tony Neal should be considered a bonus. He's the outstanding board man of the team, both on the offensive and defensive board. Any scoring is a plus.
UNLV leads by a score of 8-6 with 15-15 remaining first half. Brozovic. And again, we talk about a scoring plus. Here it is, averaging 2 points a game.
The Rebels are getting pretty good penetration. They're getting uncontested 10, 15-footers, and the Titans are having to work a little bit harder for their shots.
Leon Wood had a strange game against Vegas back on January 22nd. Did not score in the first half. Ended up with 21 points and 14 assists in the game. A block, but a foul on Collins.
His second. Oh, Tark's mad. Tark is all over the ref.
I think Tark was concerned that they counted the basket. It is no basket.
They just discounted it. He just went to FedMart. They got that basket off.
Right.
Half price sale.
Blue light special. 10-6. Neal at the free throw line. He is a 38% free throw shooter this year. Every one will be magnified here tonight. UNLV 10, Cal State Fullerton 7. Tony Neal hits a couple of big ones early.
I just have the feeling he's going to be a better than 38% shooter tonight from the line because the good ones seem to get going in the big games. And this certainly is the biggest, perhaps in the history of this school. Certainly the biggest in the history of as an on-campus event.
Probably only a couple of events professionally that would even top it. Collins, Brozovic.
Well, I don't know if that was deliberate or not. I think that was an alley-oop, and it took the entire Titan defense with him.
UNLV 12, Fullerton 8. Danny Tarkanian in the hospital 24 hours ago, out here on the court tonight.
His daddy said, come on out and sweat it out tonight, son.
Scrambling on the Titans. Jordan McLaurin is asking for a timeout. And he'll get it.
Working on a huge scale, I've got to be very steady with chisel and hammer. So when I break for coffee, I drink Sanker brand decaffeinated.
And blast off acceleration. Starion translates your will into performance, grace, and precision.
Takes you where you've never been before.
Go where you've never been before. See your Mitsubishi Motors dealer.
Football players have a goal: to score.
I'm a design student, and I have a goal. That goal is to enter into the high-paying field of design drafting.
Set your goal for a career in the right direction by calling California College of Technology at 714-776-9090. You'll get the finest training in computer programming, design drafting, and CAD. And the best part is,
I gave the Tech Center a year, and they gave me a lifetime career.
Watch UC Irvine versus Cal State Long Beach live Saturday night at 7:30 and again tape delayed on Sunday at 4 p.m. here on KDOC TV Channel 56.
Back to live action. Paul Brozovic has just scored his third basket early in the first half. Brozovic now with 6 points and a chance to give UNLV their biggest lead of the night. And he makes the charity toss. So it's Vegas 15, Cal State Fullerton 8. And Brozovic, the young man from Saddleback Junior College, a big story in this game early. Everywhere Vegas goes now, they're going to play before sellout crowds. People wanting to see what the #1 team in America looks like. Here's Tony Neal. Mixon, short, rebound, Neal. Basket, Neal. And a foul. Marshall, you had a chance a couple of weeks ago, working for the Times, to go up and cover the Fresno State-Vegas game. And I've talked to a lot of coaches who feel that Selland Arena might be one of the toughest places to play as we get another look at Tony Neal's bucket.
Yeah, a lot of people say that, and there's evidence to support it, too. Missed free throw by Neal. But these are fellows, they're like a pro team. They do very well on the road. They are no strangers to pressure. They were up by 12 late in the game. They won it by 7 in a place that's every bit a fit as Titan Gym.
UNLV leading by 5. Neal nearly getting the steal from Sidney Green. Jeff Collins, transfer from U of A. Tarkanian to Brozovic. Tipped away. Fuller and Neal there for the rebound. It's Neal with the carom, and Leon front court. Titans need to get the outside shots to fall.
Titans have to keep Brozovic from having free reign out of the basket, too. He's had too many easy buckets. Brozovic is not their scorer, and yet at this point, he's their leading one.
Tony Neal has 8 points, and Fullerton is back within 3 at 15-12.
The unlikely hero. He's got his average already, and we're just not even 8 minutes into the game.
Titans leading rebounder and averaging, as Marshall pointed out, about 8.5 points a game. Fullerton is 18-5. They are 9-3 in conference. Collins missing. And Davis losing it out of bounds. Fullerton has a 15-game winning streak here at Titan Gym. The last time they were beaten, January of '82, when Fresno State came in with that marvelous team they had last year.
And what a coup it would be for the Titans. And here is a key man about to check in. 6'11", Ozell Jones. He's transferred from Wichita Utah State, admittedly, has not been at the height of his game the last couple of days, games. If they are to win, they're going to need as much help from him in the center as possible.
Fullerton down by 3. The first time they played this year, Ozell had 17 rebounds against Vegas.
He's going to have to play back to that tonight.
His career high. Hoppy fighting for it. Green with the tip over Jones.
That's the first problem. It's advantage Sidney Green.
17-12. Vegas back in front by 5 with 12:15 left to play first half. KDOC Channel 56. You're viewing the #1 team in college basketball, UNLV and the Titans. Gary Davis. Gary Davis and Ricky Mixon are both exceptional street shooters.
Davis, very underrated as a shooter, too. Loves that baseline, 15 feet either side. Deadly from it.
You get the impression that the Titan crowd is just waiting to explode. Tarkanian, rebound lost by Neal, and a steal by Leon.
3-on-2, Leon in the middle.
Nice pass to Mixon. Ricky Mixon brings the Titans to within 1.
If a team can have a set play, as Tarkanian calls timeout, if a team can have a set play, that's it. Wood in the middle on the fast break, dishing off to Mixon for the 15-footer.
Fullerton has closed the gap to 1. 17-16, 11:35 left. We'll be right back at Titan Gym.
Football players have a goal: to score.
I'm a design student, and I have a goal. That goal is to enter into the high-paying field of design drafting.
Set your goal for a career in the right direction by calling California College of Technology at 714-776-9090. You'll get the finest training in computer programming, design drafting, and CAD. And the best part is,
I gave the Tech Center a year, and they gave me a lifetime career.
And now, Woodhaven Estates at Lake Elsinore. Enjoy the beautiful surroundings and exciting lifestyle that only Lake Elsinore can offer. Each of our energy-efficient homes have landscape front yards, tiled roofs, and we offer an Apple II computer. Price from $84,950. Once you're here, you'll want to stay and enjoy.
Woodhaven Home. Affordable class.
Anaheim Datsun, Orange County's #1 Datsun dealer's clearance phenomenon is on. Now's the time to make your best deal on a new clearance price Datsun car or truck. From the 280ZX Turbo to the new Nissan Sentra. From the luxurious Maxima to the sporty 200SX. From the mighty King Cab to the rugged little Hustler. Every model is priced to move. You can get special 9.9% financing on Datsun trucks for a limited time. Hurry, Anaheim Datsun's clearance is now on.
Hi, I'm Jim Crawford, inviting you to join me here on KDOC this Sunday evening at 6:30 p.m. for night harness racing from Los Alamitos. Every Sunday throughout the 1983 season, we'll bring you exciting racing highlights, interesting guests from around the harness scene, previews of upcoming events, and features designed to enhance your enjoyment of our sport. So please plan to be with us right here on KDOC Sunday evenings at 6:30 p.m. for night harness racing from Los Alamitos.
Watch Cal State Fullerton versus Utah State Sunday night at 7:30 here on KDOC TV, Channel 56.
UNLV leading Cal State Fullerton 20-19 as both teams exchange three-point baskets. Eric Booker for the Runnin' Rebels, Leon Wood for the Titans. Brozovic over Jones. Boy, what a start for Brozovic. He's got 9 points.
He's having a career by his standards. He's a good player, but he's not that good to be getting open shots that far underneath.
22-19. Tony Neal. Tipped by Jones. Hoppy with an offensive rebound and a big basket.
And George McCorn off the bench saying, Ozell, if you do that, we're in business. And that's the truth.
I'll tell you what happened. Craig Fuller was ready to check in for Jones. When he made the basket, McCorn said, back over here and sit down.
Fastest substitution in the history of the game.
Inside.
They want to bring him back in now.
Sidney Green with 6 points. And Vegas back in front by 3, 24-21.
Beautiful inside move by Sidney Green, and you'll see several of them tonight.
Mixon, Leon. Leon Wood, of course, junior from Santa Monica. Ricky Mixon, senior from San Francisco. Rebound. Ozell Jones. This could be real interesting if Ozell gets hot.
If Ozell gets hot, you're going to see a game like you've never seen, and it is so important. The guards have to do well, and Ozell has to do even better.
Three-pointer for Tarkanian. Another rebound for Neal, taken away by Brozovic. And before the shot, a foul on Neal. Ray Fuller ready to come in. Brozovic is coming out for a well-deserved rest. Number 35, John Copeland, is in. Fuller is replacing Tony Neal. So Ozell Jones, who really was much heralded coming out of Wichita State, and at times has played spectacular basketball this year in the game of his life tonight.
Yeah, he's been in a month-long lull, and I'm sure Coach McCorn is just hoping above hope that he snaps out of it.
Larry Anderson misses. Ball tipped out of bounds by Vegas. 24-23. UNLV leading by a point. 9:03 left in the first half. If Fullerton scores here, this place will absolutely explode.
Boy, they're up for it, aren't they? And literally, they're up for it. They're on their feet.
Leon Wood to Jones. Nice pass to Davis. Gary Davis has 6 points. Fullerton has the lead again. 25-24. Booker. Rebound. Mixon. Make it Mixon to Leon. Leon, top of the key. Fullerton leads by 3. 27-24. They're loving it in Fullerton. Graham, the freshman, hits a big one.
This is not a team that rattles. Make no mistake, these guys have been there before many, many times. Twice a week they've been there before.
Whistle, foul underneath, might be on Graham. It is Gary Graham, only a freshman from Baltimore, 6'4", 185. It was good to see Mark Workentine here tonight. Workentine is the assistant coach for UNLV and was a assistant here under Bobby Dye when he coached the Titans a few years back. Workentine, a graduate of Fullerton, and right now is Tart's primary recruiter, the job that George McLaurin used to have.
And did so well. Why do you think they're number one? These are players that George brought to Vegas.
Johnny Wilkes in the game now for his first appearance tonight. Wilkes, Mixon, 29-26, Fullerton leads.
Streak shooter, he's Mr. Streak. I've seen him make 7 or 8 of those in a row from just about that. Oh, beautiful alley-oop, Sidney Green.
Green now with 8 points, and Vegas back to within a point of Fullerton.
Very possible we have the best guard, and you see him right now, of Titans Leon Wood, and the best forward, number 21, Sidney Green, possibly in the country.
29-28, a little over 7.5 minutes to go. You're watching live basketball from Titan Gym on KDOC, Channel 56. Mixon, in and out. Rebound on the long bounce to Leon. Leon, broken up by Booker.
Bad pass, ill-advised, but you'll see about 1 or 2 of those a game. That's probably his bad pass for the half.
29-28, Fullerton leading the #1 team in the nation, UNLV. Copeland turns on Jones. The ball is on the floor. Copeland throws it out of bounds.
You know, I can't believe the level of intensity here. Normally in a game this big, the teams exhibit tightness, nervousness. These teams came right out with their game faces, grim faces, and they've just played as well as they can play. Just an outstanding college basketball game.
2 officials with a big game tonight. Willis McJunkin, Chuck Camuso. We saw their good friend Al Hackney, one of the fine officials in the PCAA here tonight. Pass intended for Jones. How in the world did it go in, huh?
He's lucky he just slipped because it grazed off his fingertips into the basket.
31-28. Fullerton leading by 3. That's their biggest lead of the night. This is Graham to Booker. Into Copeland. Rebound, Green. Basket, Green.
Does that look like a pro move to you? Well, get used to it. You'll see it many, many times. And that's why the pro scouts in attendance, and there are many of them, if you heard what sounded like a heart flutter, that's exactly what it is. He is really a prospect.
He's got 10 points. 3-pointer by Leon. Misses badly, and a rebound to Vegas. Graham. Pass intended for Green. Saved
Green
by
was there.
Booker. Rebound, Neal. Titans 31, Vegas 30, 6 minutes and 5 seconds remaining. Another rebound for Booker.
Titans are rushing just a little, and I think Coach McCord wants them to slow them down. Now you got them, you're ahead, you're playing well. Don't rush. Take good shots.
Tarkanian getting a rest, and you may see him sitting out even more in the second half, fighting the bronchitis. In fact, Leon Wood and Ricky Mixon for the Titans have both been under the weather this week. Two Titans were there. It went off the hand of Wilkes to Larry Anderson.
Another pro move and another pro prospect.
UNLV back in front now, 32-31 with under 5.5 minutes left, first half. Mixon, Leon, Ozell Jones, and Johnny Wilkes. Inside to Neal. Neal shooting over Sidney Green, and another rebound for Booker. Lead pass to Anderson. Double team.
Titans down the floor pretty quick too, don't they?
They do. They have a good transition game. Green forced that shot. Oakland inside, three Titans to get the rebound. Finally, gets it away from the running Rebels. Leon fouled. Fortunate for Leon because he got up in the air out of control and really had nowhere to go.
Exactly. Leon was lucky there was contact on that one, or I think he may have thrown the ball away.
Substitution, we're going to see John Hall. Number 12, John Hall, is a senior. Hometown Fullerton, played at Saracoso Junior College.
Good player, good player. Coach McCord has said time and again this season that he's only got 7 or 8 players that are superior, but you only need 5 on the floor at any one time. I'll take those. John Wooden won with 7 or 8 for many, many years.
We have traveling on Hall. Tonight's game on KDOC being brought to you by the King of Beers, Budweiser, and by Budweiser Light, the beer that brings out your best, by Imperial Savings, by Mitsubishi Motors. Mitsubishi takes you where you've never been before. By the California Singles Club, it's today's way to bring your tomorrows together. And California College of Technology, give us a year, we'll give you a lifetime career. 4:33, Bob Harvey and Marshall Klein. First half action from Titan Gym, the bucket by Jeff Collins. Collins averaging 11 points, gives Vegas a 3-point lead. And Leon hit back court. Now the Titans have a 5-on-2. Nice move by Leon. Oh, what a shot.
Well, you want to file that in the archives. That is a highlight film. A shot that'll make the cover your press guide, just showing you the versatility of Leon Wood. A great player.
9 points, Marshall, for Leon. Off-balance shot misses by Collins. And a rebounding foul on Graham. That is team foul number 6 on UNLV. The Titans have only 4 fouls. Really, it has been a pretty well-played first half.
I'll say it again. The intensity is just as high as it can be. Vegas is right there. They're not all that challenged, I would say, in the last couple of weeks. Perhaps that's why they had a rough time, even at home. But this is a team that is number 2. This is the team they got to look good against to justify that high national ranking.
This is a game like no game before at Titan Gym. Reporters from all over the world here. Live television, of course, on KDOC. A couple of the cable networks are here filming highlights. And it's a chance for Fullerton to once again put themselves on the basketball map. They did it a few years ago. Foul. Neal will go to the free throw line. The foul is on Sidney Green.
You see the wingspan on Sidney? Oh, my God, he's just got the long arms, long legs. Just a perfect basketball specimen.
34-33. Vegas in front. 3 minutes, 37 seconds remaining in the first half. At halftime, we have several very interesting and we feel important people to talk to. We'll be talking to the president of Cal State Fullerton, Jewel Plummer-Cobb. We'll also be chatting to the mayor of Fullerton. Tony Neal makes one, misses one, and the rebound to Vegas. Tarkanian is asking for a timeout. 34-33 with 3:33 left to play in the first half. You know, I think the Titans, Marshall, must come into this game feeling that we really have nothing to lose. They're in second place right now. Vegas has already clinched the top spot for TCAA. If Fullerton loses, many people say, well, that's to be expected. They played the number 1 team. But if Fullerton wins,
I don't think you can say that to the 4,500 fans that are crammed seat to seat here. how often, as we see George McCorn counseling his team, how often do you get a shot at number one? Which means how often do you get a chance to knock number one off? If you can't be number one, knocking him off is the next best thing. I think it's a big game for him. I think the pressure is equally intense for the Titans as it is for the Rebels.
Here now, also. Okay? All right, hey, inside the huddle with George McCorn. Green's back in the ball game. Green's back in the ball game. Tony, you and Ricky. You and Ricky, make sure you cover Anderson. We're going to go into 12. We're going to go back to the first now. We're going to pack it in. We're going to match up with Anderson now. Fullerton with their next game scheduled against Utah State, and that is going to be a big game because that really could determine which team finishes second behind UNLV.
Basically, on teams 2 through 8 in the PC2A, we're jockeying for position. The number one spot, you've got your champion already crowned. It's UNLV, 24-0, number one in the nation. And what we're trying to do is to get those first round pairings in the PC2A tournament, which has 8 teams. There he is. There he is. He's chewing. I didn't think he had any left. I think he's got one left, and he's right on it. Cuticle number 10.
Tarkanian has to feel welcome in the PCAA.
Oh, he's got to love it. But it's not that easy. He said that all year long. We're tougher than the Pac-10, top to bottom.
The basket by Jeff Collins. And Collins with 6 points in the first half. And again, Vegas is in front by 3. 36-33.
And again, Vegas is penetrating into territory that they should not be allowed to penetrate. They're getting some pretty easy shots.
Jones is back on the bench. You've got Neal, Fuller, Davis, Wood, and Tony Neal. Mixon out there also. 36-33. Titans trail it by 3 with under 3 minutes now to play in the first half. Davis underneath to Fuller. Basket counts. No basket. Traveling.
Now, George McCorn was hoping 3-point play, please, and that cost him what could have been a tie ball game, but he did travel.
36-33. UNLV going for their 25th win in a row. Bill Mulligan, who is a good friend of Tarkanian's, has coached against him. That goes back to the junior college days. Actually, I guess even back to the high school days. They were both coaching in Southern California.
It's a Long Beach connection.
Right.
That's how they get a lot of their star recruits in that same
Mulligan told me,
area.
He said, Tarkanian's had teams with more talent, but he's never had a team that has played as well together as this one. And I guess that really is an understatement when you look at a 24-0 record.
Tarkanian told me that just the other day. He's amazed at this team.
Leon Wood, basket. 36-35.
I think I'd rather have a team of good players instead of superstars. You got to call them a little bit. Guys that want to play hard, just like the Rebels are tonight.
Blocked by Fuller, goaltending.
That's a good call. That's 10 points for Jeff Collins, having an outstanding, and all of them are of the drive shot variety, 5- and 8-footers that they should not be allowed to get that deep.
KDOC channel 56. What a game we picked for the live one, and there's
he
how
was only
high.
2 feet over the rim on that one, but it still counts for the Rebels.
The one problem with that, he didn't file a flight pattern before leaving. Titans down by 3. Jones at the baseline. Ozell Jones now with 6 points. 38-37, a minute 45 left to play.
That's 8 for Ozell, and he's having one of his best halves of the year.
Last touch by the Titans.
He's keeping him in the game, quite clearly. Ozell is back.
38-37. Ozell with 8. Leon has 11. Davis with 6. Tony Neal with 8. Brozovic again getting loose underneath. He has 10 points in the game.
He's just too big to lose track of, Bob Harvey. I mean, you ought to be able to hear him or see those size 16s.
Minute 24. Leon guarded by Tarkanian. This is Davis inside the 3-point line. Rebound Collins. Anderson had broke. Collins could not get the pass to him. Minute 12. As you're well aware, if you follow PCAA basketball, the 3-point rule in effect this year, and that's a 2-pointer there, and nothing but nets for Larry Anderson.
And that almost wasn't a 2-pointer. That was almost a 3-pointer. Just the tips of his toes were on that white line.
5-point Vegas lead at 42-37, under a minute to play, 24 on the 32nd clock. Nice move by Mixon. Now, Mixon does not drive the lane much.
Yeah, maybe you ought to consider it after that one. That's a gorgeous play.
Ricky Mixon now with 6. Collins scoring again.
It's back to the playgrounds, isn't it? It's just one-on-one basketball. Kind of looks like an NBA game. And I venture to say about a half a dozen of these people you're going to be seeing wearing NBA uniforms soon enough.
44-39. Mulligan says Leon Wood is the best player in the conference. George McCorn says if I had to start a team, I'd pick Sidney Green. Mixon missing. Ozell has it stripped. Ozell gets it back, and Jones misses the kneel there to lay it in gently. 44-41.
Last shot of the half.
5 on the clock. 4. Tarkanian. 1 second. No basket.
Yes, they gave it to him.
Oh, they're going to count it. Sidney Green scoring at the buzzer. He finishes with 12 points. UNLV heads to the locker room with a 5-point lead. Live television, KDOC, channel 56. UNLV, the #1 team in the nation, leading Cal State Fullerton 46-41. We'll be right back.
Would you like to meet interesting people? With the many changing aspects of today's fast-paced world, the California Singles Club provides opportunities for you to learn and develop as a single. The California Singles Club offers a friendly support system and a chance to join informative group seminars, travel, and social activities. Serving both Orange and San Diego counties, we invite you to call for more information. Call the California Singles Club, 714-553-8366.
Go where you've never been before. Achievements of Vichy.
In the Cordia, the sports coupe with front-wheel drive, a slippery arrow front body, and a 4+4 transmission available. The only sports coupe with a liquid crystal display on the Cordia LS. 9.75% financing is available now through March 20th on a Mitsubishi Cordia when you trade in any import car or truck at participating dealers.
Wallace, you gotta keep him out of there!
I'm used to him yelling, but not at me.
Push him out! Push him out! Out your best! Out your best! Budweiser now!
The best never comes easy.
Nice game.
That's why there's nothing else like it.
And now, Woodhaven Estates at Lake Elsinore. Enjoy the beautiful surroundings and exciting lifestyle that only Lake Elsinore can offer.
Affordable.
Each of our energy-efficient homes have landscape front yards, tiled roofs, and we offer an Apple II computer. Price from $84,950. Once you're here, you'll want to stay and enjoy.
Woodhaven Home. Affordable class.
Football players have a goal: to score.
I'm a design student, and I have a goal. That goal is to enter into the high-paying field of design drafting.
Set your goal for a career in the right direction by calling California College of Technology at 714-776-9090. You'll get the finest training in computer programming, design drafting, and CAD. And the best part is...
I gave the Tech Center a year, and they gave me a lifetime career.
Football. Basketball. Volleyball. Gymnastics. Cal State Fullerton. Cal State Long Beach. UC Irvine. Chapman College. You'll see the finest in collegiate sports action on KDOC TV 56, the sports leader for Southern California. Hello, everybody. I'm Bob Harvey, and I'd like you to join me in a journey through the first few months of a brand new television station, in this case, Channel 56, located right here in Anaheim. KDOC has brought to the living rooms of Orange County the heart and soul of collegiate activity, in this, the sports capital of the world. Myself and my colleagues, Chris Roberts, Pete Arbogast, Vinny Ricardo, Bob Elder, and Marshall Klein, have been pleased to bring you the finest athletes performing under the banners of our local universities. And whether their names are Todd Dillon, Leon Wood, Ben McDonald, or Nigel Wallace, they're all there to give you, the sports viewer, the finest in televised entertainment. If it's important and if it happens on the field of competition in Orange County, you can look for it right here on Channel 56.
We're at halftime here at Titan Gym with the score, UNLV 46 and Cal State Fullerton 41. Marshall Klein with a very special guest.
Very special indeed. We're honored to be talking with one of the principal owners of KDOC TV 56 in Orange County, an attorney, Mr. Bill Simon. And here is a station that has been on the air literally in its infancy since October 1. And tell us a little bit about 56.
Well, Channel 56 came into being on October 1st after some 14 years of struggle, trying to find the right kind of a transmitter site. But everybody stuck with the group, and finally we're on the air, and we're delighted to be able to bring programs like this to the people of Orange County and Southern California.
Your impressions of this game, pretty intense, isn't it?
I think it's a very intense game. It certainly has aroused a lot of interest around the country and certainly locally. And if one were hard of hearing, he could very well understand everything that was going on.
That's true. I guess sign language is the key tonight, isn't it?
It is, very much
Did
so.
you, in I guess we might say your wisdom and foresight, when you chose to book Cal State Fullerton, Long Beach State, and UC Irvine Sports, did you anticipate something like this, that perhaps a #1 team would come in and your station could air it live to Orange County and beyond?
No, I don't think that we had that much perspicacity. This is something that we had hoped for, but that we didn't expect, certainly not so early in the game.
Your most visible owner, tell us who he is. Wears white shoes, doesn't he?
He is out of the country on a short but well-earned vacation.
That's Pat Boone, of course.
Yeah, that's Pat Boone, and Pat will be back within a week or so.
Very good. Mr. Simon, it's a pleasure having you with us at halftime. One of the principal owners, KDOC, Mr. Bill Simon, and we'll be back with more halftime activities after this timeout.
There comes a time when all decisions don't come quite so easily, like financial decisions for your future. That's when Imperial Savings, with 124 convenient branches, over 1,100 employees, and nearly $5 billion strong, is a nice feeling. Imperial Savings, where tomorrow begins today.
22 years ago, John Connell started Connell Chevrolet with the intention of giving Orange County the best service and selection of Chevrolets. Now, 22 years later, Pat Connell carries on the family tradition of great service and selection at Connell Chevrolet. Come in now and take advantage of Connell's 11.9% financing on any new 1983 Chevrolet. Connell Chevrolet, 2828 Harbor Boulevard in beautiful Costa Mesa.
You'll find everything for the contractor and handyman alike at Taylor Lumber Home Improvement Center in Anaheim. Like this Makita jigsaw. It features a Super Duty motor and full 1-inch stroke length. Regularly $192, now only $139. Look for other Taylor Lumber specials throughout the store. From the contracting section to the retail department, there's always a qualified expert to assist you. At Taylor Lumber, 411 South Manchester in Anaheim.
Hi, everyone. I'm Dan Kleckner.
And I'm Barbie Mitchell.
Join us every Sunday night at 7 o'clock for Orange County Sports Scene.
Catch all the action as we bring you highlights of high school, college, and professional sports.
We'll talk each week with one of Orange County's talented coaches, plus the presentation of our Athlete of the Week award.
And each program will be giving away 2 Angel tickets to the winner of our trivia quiz.
That's Sunday nights at 7 o'clock.
Right here on KDOC, Channel 56.
Watch UC Irvine versus Cal State Long Beach live Saturday night at 7:30 and again tape delayed on Sunday at 4 p.m. here on KDOC TV Channel 56.
Cal State Fullerton 41. Couple of very excited folks here. To my left, Dr. Jewel Plummer Cobb, the president of Cal State Fullerton University. To my right, Dick Ackerman, mayor of Fullerton. Dick, to you in a moment. Dr. Cobb, congratulations. There are so many exciting things happening here at the school. The conference inn, the sports complex, and on top of it all, the #1 basketball team in America here tonight.
Well, we're very excited about our team. We've been proud of them all season, and we're proud of our program in sports. And that has been helped along by a strong, marvelous relationship with the city, whereby we have just entered into a new agreement with them to build, with the help of the private sector, an in-conference center, and the proceeds of which are going to finance a stadium that we plan to build on the site of our current football area. It will seat 10,000 people, plus a baseball stadium that will seat 2,000 people. We're very proud of that, and we're proud also of the relationship we have with the city and our very fine 25-acre arboretum, which is here. We're hoping that our in-conference center and all of those activities will be in place by 1984, because we will be hosting team handball here for the 1984 Olympics.
Dr. Cobb, you have to work closely, I'm sure, with this gentleman here. Dick, what about the impact of this game here tonight on the city of Fullerton and in general Orange County?
I think it has a substantial impact because it brings people in here and also brings local and national media attention to it, which is advertising you can't buy anyplace else.
You know, the word that I've been hearing around here, in fact, 2 words, sports complex. They are all looking forward to that. The athletes, the students, the coaches, too.
We are, too. I think in light of the Prop 13 situation, this could bring additional income both to the city and to the university, that we can do things we might not otherwise be able to do.
What do you think about the second half tonight?
I think we're going to pull it out.
That's a prediction. We can take that to the bank, huh?
Yes, you may.
The mayor of Fullerton, Dick Ackerman. Dr. Cobb, your prediction on the second half?
We'll win, of course.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Jewel Plummer Cobb, Mayor Richard Ackerman of Fullerton. And we'll be back with the second half stats and the opening of the second half right after this timeout.
Buds for all the guys who keep the action from getting out of hand.
This Bud's for you. For all you do, the king of beers is coming through.
Yeah, just for you, that distinctively clean, crisp taste that says Budweiser.
For all you do.
This Bud's for you.
Would you like to meet interesting people? With the many changing aspects of today's fast-paced world, the California Singles Club provides opportunities for you to learn and develop as a single. The California Singles Club offers a friendly support system and a chance to join informative group seminars, travel, and social activities. Serving both Orange and San Diego counties, we invite you to call for more information. Call the California Singles Club, 714-553-8366.
Go where you've never been before. Achieve Mitsubishi.
In the Tredia, the performance sedan with an MCA jet engine, front-wheel drive, dual-engine stabilizers for reduced engine vibration, and room for 5. 9.75% financing is available now through March 20th on a Mitsubishi Tredia when you trade in any import car or truck at participating dealers.
And now, Woodhaven Estates at Lake Elsinore. Enjoy the beautiful surroundings and exciting lifestyle that only Lake Elsinore can offer. Affordable. Each of our energy-efficient homes have landscape front yards, tiled roofs, and we offer an Apple II computer. Price from $84,950. Once you're here, you'll want to stay and enjoy.
Woodhaven Home. Affordable class.
favor of UNLV here at halftime. Titans down by 1. And among the nearly 4,500 people here tonight enjoying this basketball thriller is the commissioner of the Pacific Coast Athletic Association, Lou Cryer. And Lou, a chance to showcase number 1 in the nation here tonight.
Oh, it's a great show so far, Bobby. I think it's been a fine ball game. Both teams have done some things that they would like to do, and they've forced some things the other team that didn't want to do. But it's been some great individual talent on display. Anytime you get a chance to play with this kind of competition in front of these kinds of people who are enthusiastically supporting both the teams, it's a great ball game.
A lot of us quasi-experts have been ruminating, I guess that's the word for guessing, if this might not be the most significant sporting event, amateur sporting event at least, in the history of Orange County.
Well, I don't know if I go quite that far, but it's certainly...
Name a bigger one.
Well, not in my 5 years that I've been here that I can think of, but it's been a great, it's a happening. And when the happenings come along, that's special. And for those people who are here today and watching it tonight, they're part of a happening. It's something special.
I kind of see it as an all-win situation. In other words, I don't even think the loser loses. I think it's a kind of a situation where everybody comes out on top.
Well, you think so from the type of play that's being played and the kind of atmosphere and the excitement that's going on, but there's a larger picture that's being examined every day, every game that's being played here in these final 2 weeks, and that's what's happened as far as postseason play selection. And that's why these kinds of games are really critical, particularly for somebody like Cal State Fullerton at this late stage of the season.
Lou, quickly, you've got the PCAA tournament coming up March 10, 11, and 12. Vegas coming in as the #1 seed. Still, it should be a pretty good tournament, shouldn't it?
Oh, I think it's going to be a super tournament. I think we've had more fan interest already. We've sold more tickets, taken in more revenue than we've ever taken in before. We just put the public sale on this last Tuesday. I think it's going to set all kinds of records for us, and we've got plenty of room, plenty of tickets, so nobody has a reason to say they can't go to the PCAA tournament this year.
At the Forum in Los Angeles. Good luck to you and congratulations.
Thank you very much. We're glad to have you here tonight.
Lou Cryer, commissioner of the PCAA. Halftime score, 46-41. And a couple of the interesting first-half statistics. Ozell Jones off the bench. Took 5 shots, made 4, a total of 8 points and 4 rebounds. Tony Neal with 8 rebounds and 10 points. The top individual effort really for either team. And Fullerton out-rebounded Vegas. How about that? 20-17, but they're losing by 5 on the scoreboard.
Sidney Green with 12, Jeff Collins with 12, Paul Brozovic with 11. I think that's the key statistic. Brozovic, not a big scorer, and yet able to penetrate inside, as was his running mate at guard, Jeff Collins. The Titans are going to have to shore up that defense. They've played very good defense in recent weeks. They're going to have to play even better in the second half in order to win this game.
Las Vegas keeping their composure throughout the first half as befits the #1 team in the nation. 24-0. Here we go with the final 20 minutes. Ricky Mixon. And a rebound by Brozovic. Foul by Craig Fuller. For Craig Fuller, his second personal foul. If there was one definite lapse by the Titans in the first 20 minutes of this game, it was the fact that defensively they allowed Vegas to get inside for several easy baskets. In fact, about 4 of those by Brozovic.
That's probably 4 too many, or at least 2 too many.
Collins in and out, rebound Neal. Leon Wood had a productive first half, at least in the scoring column. He passed off for 4 assists, well under his average. Tarkanian had 5 assists for UNLV. 46-41. PCAA basketball on KDOC. Tony Neal misses the tip by Fuller, and I think Davis was there too.
It looked like Fuller. I don't know who they're going to give it to. It looked like Craig Fuller got his hand over the rim and brought it home.
Give the bucket to Fuller. 46-43. Green has it stolen by Fuller. This is Leon around Tarkanian to Tony Neal. Free throw line. We have remarked in past telecasts how demonstrative George McQuarrie has become the last few weeks, and he is again doing some cheerleading. Brozovic has it stripped, and a steal by Neal.
Player of the game for the Titans on both ends of the court, Tony Neal.
Mixon. Fullerton has scored 6 in a row. They lead 47-46.
And Jerry Tarkanian, hands on hips, is saying, wait a minute, we were just up by 5. What time is it?
47-46. We've played 2 minutes in the second half, and Green has it stolen again. Leon to Neal.
I think Tarkanian's going to have to call a timeout real soon. No basket.
No basket. They call a foul on Tarkanian. McCorrin wants to know how come no basket.
Boy, that was kind of a momentum breaker. 3-point lead, a little bit better than that 1-point lead. Crowd probably more disappointed than anybody on that.
Fullerton has scored 6 in a row. They lead 47-46. Mixon, an air ball.
I don't think I've seen that all year.
That might be a first, might be a last, too. 17:58 left to play. Fullerton leading the #1 team in the nation, Nevada, Las Vegas, by a point. Tarkanian out-assist Leon in the first 20 minutes.
Boy, it's kind of a coaching seminar. Coach and pupil standing up along the sidelines, hands on hips. The recruiter versus the man who hired him.
Brozovic, nice pass to Green along the baseline. And Brozovic.
Oh, they gave him a bucket. Oh, they're calling goaltending, it looks like.
Goaltending and a foul on top of it.
Whew, tough call.
See who the foul is on. Boy, that quieted the crowd in a hurry.
Well, McCorn doesn't quite agree with that, but he told Leon, he says, go over there and tell him no soap.
KDOC TV. You're watching a history-making event at Orange County. Sidney Green puts the Rebels in front by a deuce, 49-47. Mixon. Ricky Mixon led the Titans comeback in that game up in Vegas here about a month and a half ago.
You are seeing perhaps the 3 best guards on the coast, or certainly the 3 best in this conference.
Another steal.
Wood, Mixon, and Collins.
Leon, Mixon, Ricky Mixon.
You think he can shoot? Just give him the ball.
Titans lead by 2, 51-49. Mixon now with 14 in the game. 16:55 left. Fullerton has won 15 in a row here at Titan Gym. Vegas hasn't lost this year. Foul on Fuller. Craig Fuller. You know, we didn't get a chance to get a good camera shot of Luke Ryer, but he was all smiles when he was sitting over here. You think he's happy to have Vegas in the PCAA?
Hard not to be. Everybody tells us how wonderful the SEC is, and everybody tells us how wonderful the ACC is, but old Sweet Lou has the #1 team in the nation. I think that makes him happy.
Cal State Fullerton, 18-5, 9-3 in the conference. Vegas has, I can't say they breezed through the PCAA schedule. They've had some close ones. Titans,
they've
Irvine, San Jose State, Santa Barbara.
They've crawled and staggered through the PC2A.
Brozovic again alone underneath. In the ball game, Brozovic with 15 points.
He's too big to be left alone. You got to see his shadow at least.
Mixon has hit his last 3 shots. Fuller misses. Neal with the rebound. Fuller tips it in. KDOC, Channel 56, Anaheim, California. Bob Harvey and Marshall Klein, the Titans lead 53-51. John Copeland due to check in for Vegas next time out. This is Eric Booker to Larry Anderson, left-handed shooter averaging 17 points, to Sid Green. Rebound tipped by Davis to Anderson. Rebound Fuller, and Fuller has played very well in the second half. Leon Wood, 3-pointer. And the rebound by Booker. Tarkanian all the way underneath and decided to bring it back out. Probably a wise thing to do.
It is. You'll see him shoot 4 or 5 times a game and no more. I think he shot 3 times so far. Misplay off the hand of Brozovic. Titans ball.
Copeland coming in. So is Jeff Collins, averaging 11 points. You talk about being blessed with talent at the guard positions. Really both teams. You've got Booker and Collins and Tarkanian, and we've got Craig Fuller coming out of the game to a standing ovation.
I think you're going to see it go right to the end this way. Both teams are just about as keyed up as they can be. 2 superior teams, fine players, exhibiting their skills to the finest.
53-51. And a steal by Collins on a bad pass from Wilkes. Collins throws it away. 53-51. I told everybody I talked to this week when they would ask about Vegas and who would win the game. I said, I don't think Vegas has played in a place quite like Titan Gym.
Yeah, they came close. Selland Arena is pretty close, and they really didn't have that much of a problem. But I don't think Fresno this year is any near the team that the Titans are. I think we're looking at a 3-point game either way. Ricky Mixon, his sharp shooting has brought the Titans back. He misses there. Rebound, Anderson away from Ozell. Tarkanian to Copeland. Nice pass along the baseline. Hit the bottom of the glass, and Mixon with a long rebound. 3 on 2.
3 on 2. Mixon. Ricky Mixon has gone wild in the second half. He has 8 points. Titans lead at 4, their biggest of the night, 55-51. Cal State Fullerton trying to upset the #1 team in the nation. Brozovic to Tarkanian, 3-pointer. Rebound, Tony Neal. What a game he's had.
A tower of strength. The Titans MVP at both sides of the court.
Mixon missing. Wilkes has the ball taken away by Anderson. Boy, you just kind of hold your breath every time Mixon shoots. Brozovic, no, make that Copeland underneath, and Copeland is fouled. And Copeland will go to the free throw line. Foul was on Tony Neal.
End-to-end action. You couldn't ask for much more. It's been a very, very clean game in terms of turnovers. We haven't seen too many players playing at their best, and why not? I mean, here's #1 coming in here. You want to play at least as good as they are. You certainly don't want to get embarrassed on a live telecast, and the Titans are just playing just about as well as they can play.
Boy, that will do nothing but turn up the volume in this place. You miss a free throw at this juncture. 55-51, Vegas.
I imagine this is what the Long Beach Grand Prix might sound like when they drop the green flag.
Vegas down by 4. Make it 3 is Copeland. Picks up his 3rd point of the night. 55-52, Leon Wood orchestrating the Titan comeback. Remember, Fullerton was down by 5 at halftime. Ozell Jones now to high post. Along the baseline is Davis, throws it out here to Leon, and Leon runs into Anderson and or Graham. No foul. Davis. Boy, it is getting rough underneath. Davis. Ozell tips. Wilkes controls. Nice hustle by Wilkes.
Good hustle by Wilkes, but superior hustle by Ozell Jones. He kept the play alive.
13 minutes, 13 seconds left to play. Fullerton 55, UNLV 52. KDOC channel 56.
You know, it's getting a bit rough in there, too. I think the Titans could have benefited for 2 or 3 fouls, and the officials let them go.
Wilkes just kind of lowers his shoulder and says, I'll dribble out of here. Leon to beat the clock. Leon Wood banked it in, and no, I don't think that was intentional.
I don't think so. Leon always smiles, so I can't get a fix on that. Big play, one of the biggest of the game.
Titans lead by 6, 58-52. The crowd has gone nuts here. Brozovic will go to the free throw line on the foul by Ozell Jones. Well, you just had a feeling all week that this was going to be. Here's another look at Leon's 3-pointer, and I think the clock had ticked down. We couldn't see it because McLaurin was standing up at this end and Tarkanian down at the other end. I think there were about 2 seconds left on the clock when Leon fired that.
Leon's going to say with 2 seconds, coach, it's a percentage shot. What can I tell you? It's the best I can do. Any farther out, it'd been a 4-point play.
Johnny Wilkes coming out of the lineup. Ricky Mixon comes back in. 12-33. Fullerton leading the #1 team in the nation by 6. Brozovic 0 for 1 this trip. Brozovic 0 for 2. Rebound Ozell.
And this is where Ozell is going to have to shine. He's going to have to take command, especially on the defensive board.
Fullerton lead is 6. They may blow the roof off here if they score. Down to 19 on the 32nd clock. Mixon Ozell with the rebound, loses it out of bounds. Nevada, Las Vegas basketball.
He got into the third row, and the incredible thing was there were no chairs, just 3 rows of people.
Titan Gym normally holds 4,140. They added about 250 folding chairs behind each basket. Steele, Fuller, Leon, 3-on-3. Mixon, back out to Leon, 3-pointer. The rebound to Graham, the freshman. Here comes UNLV, free throw line. Graham gets his own miss. Good play by the freshman. 6-4 out of Baltimore. Fullerton 58, UNLV 52. This is Sidney Green. Brozovic ran with it.
He sure did, but they called a foul.
Well, Brozovic took about 4 or 5 steps, and they didn't call it. They call a foul, and Brozovic will go back to the free throw line. So Vegas got a break there, and I guess when you win 24 straight and you're 24-0, you're going to get a few of those.
Yeah, you are. I think the refs have done a super job. You can't fault them with the pressure-packed confines of Titan Gym. Hasn't swayed them one bit.
Brozovic, after missing 2 a moment ago, picks up a big free throw for UNLV. He's a 51%er. He's playing tonight because Eldridge Hudson, their talented freshman, the LA Player of the Year last year from Carson High School, is out with loose cartilage in his knee. Titan lead is 5, 58-53. 11:25 left to play.
I'll tell you, over in the student section directly across from us, there aren't too many people sitting down, and we still got half the half to go.
Mixon, Davis, Wood, Fuller, and Jones. Rebound, Graham. Vegas has gotten a lot of rebounding out of their guards tonight. A block, but a foul.
Could be 4 on Ozell. If they call it on him, that's number 4.
We'll see. Double lot. Foul number 4. And going to the free throw line will be Eric Booker. Booker on the year from the charity stripe. A 65% shooter. KDOC Channel 56. Live action, our first live action of the year. And boy, what a game to pick, huh? UNLV number 1 in the nation. Fullerton number 2 in the PCAA. Tarkanian has got to be chomping on the towel a little harder and a little more often.
Yeah, he's eaten past where it says holiday. He's now to the end.
58-54. UNLV chipping back slowly at the Titans. Leon Wood. Biggest shot of the night for him was the 3-pointer earlier. Gave the Titans the 6-point lead. A steal. Brozovic on the tip by Booker to Graham. UNLV can close to within 2 and maybe 1 if they were to hit a 3-pointer. Alley-oop, missed by Green, gets his own miss. And traveled, no basket, traveling on Green. The trail official called it.
Yeah, Willis McJunkin called it was a good call because the inside ref was screened out. But what a beautiful play by Sidney Green. It was an off-balance alley-oop. He still spun around the Titan defender to get his own rebound and put it up a second time.
58-54. Ricky Mixon out. Back in is Johnny Wilkes. So you've got Wilkes, Fuller, and Gary Davis, along with Neal and Leon. Leon Wood, number 20, junior from St. Monica, all-time leading scorer in the CIF.
How good do you think the Bruins would have been with him there?
And he would have been on that freshman team.
Well, I thought I had him. He went to high school in the shadow, literally in the shadow of the school.
Johnny Wilkes. Rebound, Tony Neal. If you're looking for player of the game candidates at this early juncture, there's maybe the leader for Fullerton.
And Neal and Mixon. Neal and Mixon. A big bucket, too, because the Titans had gone a while without a basket.
60-54. Sidney Green has become relatively quiet here in the second half. Booker with a hoop.
One heck of a follow, by the way.
Sidney Green, remember, had 12. Gary Davis. Fullerton lead is 62-56.
The Titans are going to be tough to catch. Unless they hit a lapse or a cold spot, they're going to be real tough to catch, as good as they're playing.
Graham is out. Tarkanian back in. Ozell Jones returns to the Titans. Straight Fuller out. 9:51 left to play. Fullerton with a 6-point lead over UNLV and a timeout. Listen to this crowd. Timeout, 9:51 left. Fullerton in front by 6. We'll be right back on KDOC after this timeout.
Anaheim Datsun, Orange County's #1 Datsun dealer's clearance phenomenon is on. Now's the time to make your best deal on a new clearance price Datsun car or truck. From the 280ZX Turbo to the new Nissan Sentra. From the luxurious Maxima to the sporty 200SX. From the mighty King Cab to the rugged little Hustler. Every model is priced to move. You can get special 9.9% financing on Datsun trucks for a limited time. Hurry, Anaheim Datsun's clearance is now on.
There comes a time when all decisions don't come quite so easily, like financial decisions for your future. That's when Imperial Savings, with 124 convenient branches, over 1,100 employees, and nearly $5 billion strong, is a nice feeling. Imperial Savings, where tomorrow begins today.
Wallace, you gotta keep him out of there!
I'm used to him yelling, but not at me.
Watch out! Watch out! Out your bed! Out your bed! Budweiser now!
The best never comes easy.
Nice game.
That's why there's nothing else like it.
Budweiser Light!
Watch Pac-10 basketball live Monday nights at 8 p.m. on TV 56. This coming Monday, February 28th at 8 p.m. is the live matchup between the Arizona State Sun Devils and the Oregon State Beavers. Watch Pac-10 basketball live right here on TV 56, Monday nights at 8 p.m.
Watch the 700 Club with host Pat Robertson and be up to date with what's happening in your world. For news you can really use, watch the 700 Club every day on this station.
During that timeout, Sidney Green hit a jumper from the free throw line, and Vegas has cut the deficit to 4, but a foul that will send Leon Wood to the free throw line. Unofficially, we have Leon Wood with 10 assists, Tony Neal with 12 rebounds, and Ricky Mixon with some outstanding shooting in the second half. Craig Fuller has returned to the Fullerton lineup. First free throw by Leon is good. There he is. Many say he could be a first-round pick by the NBA if he decided to go hardship.
Well, the lonesome hero, the anonymous star, he got a little bit of help. Sports Illustrated, the LA Times, and some other people finally picked up on Leon with the season almost done. Should be an All-American. Don't know if he will be. Second team would be pretty good. He's got one more year to go, and I think he'll be back. I think he's going to shun hardship.
Tarkanian, three-point effort. Rebound, Fullerton. Fullerton has Craig Fuller fouled backcourt. The foul is on Brozovic. So UNLV down the stretch here has Tarkanian, Anderson, Booker, Sid Green, and Paul Brozovic. It was a non-shooting foul. Now, Vegas has only 3 team fouls.
Booker committing a foul, by the way.
And Fullerton is out of fouls. You might remember back to the game that Irvine played against Vegas in the Convention Center. The game where Eldridge Hudson hit the big free throws with 15 seconds left to win it. It could be that kind of game tonight for either team.
The history of the Rebels is they fall behind by about this much at this point of the game, and they come on with a spurt.
Ozell, no basket. Foul on who? Brozovic underneath. Yep, Brozovic with the foul. Titans will inbound it on the non-shooting foul. 4th team foul on UNLV. Wondering about Tony Neal and his high in rebounds this year. 21, he got that against Chapman very early in the year. Mixon, 3-point shot.
Man open down court. Collins holds it up.
That's been one major adjustment the Titans have made here. They have not allowed the cheapy UNLV bucket. Rebound for Mixon. Outlet pass to Leon. 4-on-1. Jones.
Pretty. Leon could have thrown it, then he wanted 2 people. He says, here, Ozell, you need it more. Here they come the other way.
Fuller with the steal. 4-on-2. Leon to Mixon. The Titans lead the #1 team in the nation by 10 points, 68-58.
And the spurt is going the other way. It's the Titans that are threatening to blow the game out, and Vegas has got to just hold its cool now because it is on the verge of its first loss.
Mixon has 18 points, 10 in the second half. Green to Brozovic, misses. Rebound. Last touch by Vegas. Remember, the 30-second clock is turned off inside 4 minutes.
And boy, you think that's not important because you got the dominator, the man who controls number 20, Leon Wood, and nobody else is going to see that ball but number 20 if the Titans are leading with 4 minutes left.
10-point lead with 7.5 left to play. Fullerton leads at 68-58. Leon Wood. Foul on Brozovic. Team foul number 5. And you know who I think, Marshall, has given the Titans a big mental lift in this game is 00 Ozell Jones.
I couldn't agree more. I couldn't agree more. We've talked about Neal. We've talked about Mixon, rebounding and shooting. But as far as you say, the mental lift, big number 00 has been playing back to his press clippings.
Basketball history in the making, perhaps. Davis is fouled. He'll go to the free throw line. Sid Green. 68 Fullerton, 58 UNLV, 7:19 left to play.
That free throw advantage that UNLV had, they're about to lose. It's a shooting foul now, and every other foul committed by the Rebels from here on out is shooting again.
Jerry Tarkanian with the 81% winning percentage. Over 330 career victories on the major college level. Davis tried again. And if there's been a big negative in the Fullerton offensive category this year, it has been at the free throw line. They're the worst shooting free throw team in the PCAA.
They're not doing too bad tonight, though, but they better keep up the pressure. Because there will be lots of free throws down the stretch, particularly if the Rebels are losing.
Another steal. Fullerton with an 11-point lead in the basketball. 7:05, 7:04, 7:03 left to play. Davis. In and out of the hands of Mixon. And here comes Anderson. Pretty move by Graham, the freshman. You think Tarkanian has a little bit of confidence in Graham?
Yeah, I think he does, and I think the Titans better guard the ball a little bit better, too, or that lead's going to evaporate real quick.
And, two, remember, Leon has it slip out of his hands to Neal. Neal on the way. Basket would have counted. He'll go to the free throw line. I want to point out, too, that Graham in the game seeing this much action because, number one, he's a talented player, but I think more importantly, Danny Tarkanian certainly under the weather after being in the hospital for a day. We have a timeout. 6:36 left to play. Cal State Fullerton leads the #1 team in the nation, UNLV, 69-60. Coming back right after this timeout.
Football players have a goal: to score.
I'm a design student, and I have a goal. That goal is to enter into the high-paying field of design drafting.
Set your goal for a career in the right direction by calling California College of Technology at 714-776-9090. You'll get the finest training in computer programming, design drafting, and CAD. And the best part is...
I gave the Tech Center a year, and they gave me a lifetime career.
Watch UC Irvine versus Cal State Long Beach live Saturday night at 7:30 and again tape delayed on Sunday at 4 p.m. here on KDOC TV Channel 56.
KDOC Channel 56, Bob Harvey and Marshall Klein. We'd like you to get to know Orange County. On Orange County Today with host Pat Michaels, Monday through Thursday at 7 p.m. right here on Channel 56. A couple of nights from now, although I'm sure there's probably nobody in this gym at all thinking about Utah State, Fullerton could take a big step towards putting a lock on second place with a win here tonight.
I think if you took a wireless microphone and went across to where the Titan supporters are and say Utah State, they'd say, Utah who? Get out of here before I drop my beer on your head.
Tony Neal 38% free throw shooter. Tonight, Tony Neal has missed just once.
In the pressure cooker, the champions prevail.
10-point lead, 11-point lead with 6:36 left to play. Now the horn did not sound. Titans wanted a substitution after the free throw. They finally get it as Neal comes out. Ozell Jones in. Jones, keep in mind, playing with 4 fouls. 71-60. Titans holding on to their biggest lead of the night with 6.5 minutes left to play. UNLV have been in this spot before.
But they can't be behind much longer by certainly not in double figures.
Graham, very pressure shot from the freshman. 71-62, 6:15 left to play. Ricky Mixon has scored 10 unofficially in the second half. Leon passes off to Jones. Rebound, Fuller. And Leon will walk outside, take a little time off the clock, which is now down to 22.
You think George McCorn would like to be up by 9 with about 4 minutes left?
71-62. UNLV cuts it to 7. And here they come.
Here they come indeed. Watch out for the burst.
Jeff Collins. 71-64. Leon guarded by Graham.
And the pressure is on the Titans to keep the lead. And there's another turnover, but the Titans get it. Oh, no, they gave it to him. And George McCorn wants a timeout.
The Titans were up a moment ago by 11. The lead is now 7, and UNLV has the basketball. Timeout, 5:34. Left to play in regulation. And I underline the word regulation. KDOC Channel 56. It was nice to see one of the head honchos here tonight.
Bill Simon, one of the head honchos. The station-owned primary stockholder is Pat Boone. And yeah, it's a nice thing. How else would you get to see Titan basketball? UCI basketball, Cal State Long Beach basketball, and other sports.
Let me ask you a question. Fullerton holding on to a 7-point lead. If they were to beat UNLV, run their record to 19-5, chance that you see Fullerton getting into the top 20?
No, because I think there's a bias against this region, and that's evidenced by the fact that it took UPI until this long to recognize the undefeated Rebels. It's not that they're not good enough. As a matter of fact, if they beat the #1 team, they probably ought to be number 15. But I don't think it's going to happen. What this will do for the Titans will make them a very strong candidate for NCAA tournament consideration, regardless of how they do in the tournament. If they come out of the regular season with about 22 wins, and if they win this, it'll be 19 with still 2 weeks to go, then I think it's going to be very hard to ignore them for the NC2A.
Watch Another Life in Romance Theater, a full hour of love and romance, weekdays beginning at 9 a.m. and again at 6 p.m. here on KDOC TV, Channel 56. Bob Harvey and Marshall Klein and our very talented KDOC crew. O'Shane Modelli, the executive producer, director Ed Wilson, and producer Larry Ward. And they have been working a lot of hours to get this game ready for you. Suddenly, Vegas has scored 6 in a row. The Titan lead is 5. Another basket by Collins. Jeff Collins from University of Arizona.
Again, the pressure on the Titans. The Titans are going to have to answer basket for basket to get inside of 4 minutes with some kind of a lead.
Foul whistle underneath, and maybe Collins, maybe Sidney Green. Foul is on Collins. The UNLV roster, interesting mixture. You know, Sidney Green and Larry Anderson were both recruited to UNLV by George McCormick.
Must be frustrating. You love them. You can't live without them. You told them, hey, come on where the bright lights are, and all of a sudden you're coaching against them. I think he enjoys it. I really do.
Tony Neal probably has never shot free throws as big in his career, and he was an outstanding freshman a year ago in the PCW.
Or as well in his career. It looks like he's going for the hot shot competition.
Titans back in front by 7. Second time in a row, the horn did not sound as the Titans tried to get Jones into the game. A foul on Craig Fuller.
Did you see how high Jeff Collins got? Boy, he must have a 3-foot leap.
Collins is only 6'2". Fuller is 6'7". Tony Neal is out. In is Ozell Jones. Fullerton lead is 7, 4:56. Here's another look at how high, indeed, Collins got.
It's almost goaltending. He's almost shooting down at the basket.
Collins at the free throw line. Did not attempt the free throw. There's Tark the Shark. There's the famous towel. I don't guess that's the same towel he uses every game. They freshen it up for him, Marshall. Collins missing at a most important juncture in the game. 4:56.
That's history in itself when Jeff Collins misses anything.
73-67. Titans are 54 seconds away from having the 30-second clock turned off, but they really aren't a ball control team, I don't believe.
Yeah, watch what happens tonight if they're up by 5. There's another turnover.
Graham has played very well, the freshman down the stretch for UNLV. Steal by Leon. Watch this. 2-on-1. Leon. Junior point guard Leon Wood of Cal State Fullerton. At the other end, Collins has it rejected. And a little pushing and shoving now between Mixon and Collins.
Well, if you're going to foul him, hang on to him. Don't let him get hurt. I don't see anything wrong with that. I don't think Tark minds it either. The fans got a little bit upset, and perhaps one or two of the players did, but Tark says, hey, listen, give my guy a break. If you're going to hit him, put your arms around him.
Some interesting substituting going on by George McCorrin. He's substituting offense and defense now. Every time there's a change of the free throw line. He wants Moselle Jones in there, I would guess, Marshall, primarily for defensive help, huh?
Yeah. Collins on a two-shot intentional foul makes the first.
75-68. Fullerton in front by 7 with 4:29 to play. Big miss and a big rebound by Tony Neal.
Boy, they're all big, and he does it so often and so well.
Basket full of rebounds tonight.
Now Leon can take it to the 30-second clock. Should be turned off, and it is. I don't know why they're shooting.
Sidney Green loses it out of bounds.
I don't think they're going to be shooting now for a while.
Both teams are out of bounds. We've got 4:15 left. The 30-second clock has gone to bed. Substitution, Johnny Wilkes in, Ricky Mixon out. The Titans are leading the #1 team in the nation by 7 points with 4 minutes, 15 seconds left to play. You're watching it on KDOC TV, channel 56.
And they shoot again.
Ozell with an offensive rebound in the bucket. 9-point lead for the Titans. 4:05 left to play. Graham. 3-point shot for Graham. 77-71.
Where's he been? Who is he? Get his license number. Nothing but net.
Johnny Wilkes has it batted away and stolen by Collins. UNLV lead pass to Graham. Green trailing. Green loses it. And we have a foul on Johnny Wilkes. Fighting for the ball. Wilkes got Green on the arm, and Green will go to the free throw line.
I don't think the Titans want to get into a running contest with the Running Rebels, because that's exactly why they call them the Running Rebels. A 6-point lead with less than 4 minutes left is fairly comfortable, and I'm a little surprised Leon isn't just kind of slowing down. And George McCorrin might be telling Mixon, listen, guys, we don't have to shoot this ball, you know, you have the lead.
Now KDOC brings the Classic back to television. Weeknights at 9, watch Dragnet with Jack Webb and Sergeant Joe Friday and Harry Morgan. His officer Bill Gannon. Blocked by Jones. Goaltending on Jones. So a moment ago, the Titans had what looked like a fairly comfortable 8-point lead. It is now 4 points. 77-73 with 3:40 left to play, and full court pressure by UNLV. Danny Tarkanian back in the game. Inbounded to Leon. Around Green. Leon front court. 4-on-3. Leon. The tip by Green to Tarkanian. Lead pass to Larry Anderson. 3:25 and Vegas can pull to within 2. 3:23 left to play. Nail biter at Titan Gym. Baseline to baseline action tonight. Yes, Anderson stepped out of bounds.
Poor Tark sees his life flash in front of his eyes in 1 second. I didn't want that then, fellows, he said.
77-73. Fullerton lead is 4. Having trouble getting it inbounds, so they call a timeout. Wise timeout taken by Tony Neal. 3:17. I want to finish my thoughts here for a moment, if I may, on Dragnet. I mean, I'm sure you would like like to know what time it's on. 9 o'clock weeknights here on KDOC, Channel 56. Fullerton.
What was Jack Webb's badge number?
714.
Very good. How many home runs did Babe Ruth hit?
That I don't know. Yes, 714.
Thank you very much.
Same as the badge number. All right. Down the stretch. Important players to look for. UNLV has gotten great play out of Graham, but I don't imagine that down the stretch you'll see Graham taking the shot, because there's a few seconds left. Sidney Green, Larry Anderson, certainly Collins and or Booker, people to look for.
You're going to see 5 Rebels go to the board is what you're going to see. And I'm a little surprised that the Titans have been playing a little fast and loose, but I guess McCorn says, listen, we've got this far with this kind of a game. Let's not slow it up or we can get out of our tempo. They've played so very well, as have the Rebels. But the Rebels, again, are not in an unfamiliar situation. They've got over 3 minutes left. They're only down by 4. They were down by as many as 11 as recently as 3 minutes ago. So Clark's going to feel pretty good. He's got a long way to go.
77-73 the score. Fullerton putting an 18, make it a 15-game winning streak on the line here tonight, trying to make it 16. It would be the biggest 16 to ever crop up in this sports program, I can guarantee you. The lead is 4 with 3:17 left. The Titans with the 4-point cushion and the basketball. To Leon. Now the Titans will attempt to spread it out and take some time off the clock. Counting down at 3:04, 3:03. Exactly 3 minutes. Leon had a path for a moment. We'll bring it out.
Leon's game. Leon's in charge. Leon's going to come out to the point and get the ball again. There he goes.
He and Tarkanian are really bumping, and Tarkanian gets the foul.
Tarkanian, who's now counseling the last George Mastroianni. He's a fellow professor in the journalism department there. Mr. Film, we call him. Tarkanian trying to deny Leon the ball, and it cost him the foul shot.
Leon Wood on the year, 78% free throw line. 78-73. One of the great rule changes that the PCAA adopted this year is certainly the three-point shot. And with that new rule on the books, well, you're almost never out of a game in this conference. 78-73. Fullerton leading by 5 with 2:45 left. Green, travel.
Steps. Clark puts his hands to his head, and he said, oh, Sidney, I love you. I'll love you anyway, but you traveled, Sidney. How can you do it to me?
People like Bill Sharman, Pete Newell, here tonight, representing the NBA, the Lakers. Numerous other scouts watching Sidney Green and Leon Wood. And they may be seeing some pleasant surprises here, like Ricky Mixon, like Tony Neal.
Well, surprises to them, perhaps, but not surprises to those of us that have watched them all season long. A quality basketball team.
Leon to the hoop. He's fouled. It's free throw time. 78-73, the Titans lead. And you may see this familiar figure at the line quite a bit the last 2:23 of this game.
Titans will be very tough to catch because it's Leon's game to win.
The King of
when
Beers.
the game is on the line, you gotta like Leon.
The King of Beers, Budweiser, and Budweiser Light, bringing you tonight's game here on KDOC. 79-73. Here's another look at Leon's drive to the hoop. Brozovic on the miss. Rebels are down by 6.
Needing a bucket badly.
Anderson to Graham to Brozovic. He has really cooled off in the second half.
And the Rebels are in big trouble. I don't know that they've been this far behind with this much time to go, playing in a place like this with a man like that holding the basketball.
79-73. Leon Wood has taken over the show here.
Now watch him go. Watch him go.
He's putting on a display right now. This is a clinic time for Leon. 1:45 left to play.
Better foul him, because he's coming back out.
Oh, this is like what you used to do around your bedroom, Leon, where late at night he'd take the basketball and dribble around the nightstand. Graham fouls Leon. 1:33 left. Fullerton leads by 6.
The last guy I saw do that was named Curly Neal, and he was with the Globetrotters, and they paid him big money to do that kind of thing.
1:33 left. Leon Wood at the free throw line.
And it's now starting to dawn on the crowd, and hey, I think we're going to win this. They're all on their feet, and they will stay there for the next 1:33.
80-73. Leon Wood has scored the last 5 points of the game for Fullerton from the free throw line. Leon misses. It's a 7-point lead. Collins, 80-75. Well, you get a pretty good idea why UNLV is undefeated through 24 games.
Boy, what kind of a backcourt would they have had in Arizona with Jeff Collins and Leon Wood?
Yeah, well, the Pac-10 might have been a 2-team race
Would
then,
have been a Pac-1.
Foul on Graham. Mixon to the free throw line. The Titans do not have any sensational free throwers on the team. Leon tops it 78%. They're all in that range, some a little lower, 65%.
The free throw that is important is the first one, because the first one will get them 3 baskets up with just a little more than a minute left. That would mean at least 2 3-pointers just for UNLV to tie.
80-75, 81-75, a minute and 10 seconds left. If the Titans win, we're going to try and get George McLaurin. 2 in a row. Mixon puts the Titans up by 7 with a minute 5 left to play. Graham, 3-pointer. Rebound tipped. Who's got it? UNLV. Foul underneath on the Titans, and McLaurin paced us a little more.
Yeah, George is saying so near, but what's the second half of that? So near, but
so far.
There it is. It's as far as the other end of the court, and it's as far as 57 seconds, but it's not too bad. Not bad to be up by 7 with less than a minute to play. In your place.
Channel 56, KDOC TV. Titan Gym. Fullerton leading the #1 team in the nation by 7. Collins misses. Basketball belongs to UNLV. They'll get another shot.
I don't think I'd like to be a civilian in the middle of that war. I mean, I saw some of the clips from Vietnam, and that's very similar. It is just absolutely a battle zone in there.
Wood, Mixon, Davis, Fuller, and Tony Neal. That's the same 5 that started the game. 55 on the clock. Vegas will be trying some 3-pointers here, you can bet.
Watch out, they'll be back hard. A breakaway for Mixon.
Mixon misses, and the rebound pulled down by Graham. Graham lob pass to Green, broken up. Davis backcourt with 38 seconds, and a foul with 37 seconds.
It's all over. It's all over. The longest winning streak in the nation, the only undefeated team in Division I basketball, barring the miracle of miracles, will lose, and it happened in Orange County on the campus of Cal State Fullerton.
Nearly 4,500 people in attendance. The game had been sold out for 3 weeks. There were reports of ticket scalping for the first time in Fullerton basketball history. I heard that some people were paying as much $200 per ticket to get in here tonight. All to see the #1 team in the nation. Jerry Tarkanian, Tark the Sharp. 83-75, the Fullerton lead is 8. It is 9 with 37 seconds left. It is bombs away from here on out. 3-pointer by Tarkanian. Misses. Rebound. Who's got it? Well, look at the scramble.
First jump ball of the game.
Ball belongs to UNLV on the alternate possession. That simply means the next time there would be a jump call, Fullerton would get the basketball. Ozell Jones now in for defensive purposes, replacing Ricky Mixon. 24 seconds left in the game. Fullerton lead is 9. UNLV is 24-0, ranked #1.
If UNLV comes back from this, we're going to change the nickname to the Houdinis.
Booker, 3-point shot. 84-78, timeout with 21 seconds left. Fullerton lead is 6. Let us again thank the great sponsors bringing you tonight's game. Mitsubishi Motors. Mitsubishi takes you where you've never been before. California Singles Club. It's today's way to bring your tomorrows together. California College of Technology. Give us a year and we'll give you a lifetime career. And again, our thanks to Sports from Channel 56 KDOC. What do you think?
I think coaches never stop coaching. Up by 6 points with 21 seconds left. George McLaurin, you wouldn't know if he's winning or losing. The level of intensity doesn't drop, it doesn't rise. He's very, very even. I think it's been a great year for Coach McCorn. 423 his first year, 18-14 second year, soon to be 19-5. What a turnaround, and what a man. We knew he was a great recruiter. Some people said, sure, but can he coach? He can't coach, and I think with this game, he's put the exclamation mark on he can coach.
Fullerton leading by 6, 21 seconds left. UNLV moments ago hitting a three-point shot. They will need a couple, 3 of those and hold the Titans scoreless to pull this one out.
I guess the big question is, for trivia experts or memorabilia freaks, will they tear the nets down?
Neal inbounding for the Titans. Gets it into Mixon, and a whistle. Apparently ball just touched out of bounds by UNLV. 20 seconds left.
Well, you got to get it in. You got to get it in, and they got it into Davis.
And
Foul.
Davis is fouled backcourt. Anderson and Tarkanian there. I think the foul was on Clark Jr.
Well, Clark Sr.'s had a bad night. It's been a long one. He doesn't change expression either, though. He looks miserable whether he's up by 20 or down by 20.
Not only 2 coaches who work together, but they are very good friends. George McCorn told me that when UNLV's playing, anybody but us, I root for UNLV. Clark's the same way. He roots for us whenever we're playing, as long as we're not playing Las Vegas.
And the red gold ring on McCorn's left hand says UNLV.
Gary Davis makes it a 7-point lead. You want to look at keys in this game. Look at the play of Tony Neal. Both halves of the basketball game. Also the play of Ozell Jones off the bench.
I think you can look at the play of the whole team. This is without question their best game of the year. And you could make a case for these guys being petrified coming in, but they knew they had a job to do and did it far better than you even had a right to expect them to do it.
An 8-point lead. Ricky Mixon out. Ozell Jones in. Again, the defensive team on the floor for the Titans with 19 seconds left. An 8-point lead. No fouls here by the Titans. Anderson missing. Rebound UNLV. They'll give up the bucket here. Green with it. Green walks with it. 9 seconds left. Fullerton leads by 8. They are going to defeat the #1 basketball team in America.
And the college basketball spotlight falls on Fullerton, California for the first time in many, many years.
4 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Fullerton wins. Bedlam at Titan Gym. Fullerton defeats UNLV 86-78. Look at the scene. 24 straight. Las Vegas sees the streak come to an end. The pictures tell it all.
And there goes a man. He's disappointed. He's sad, but you can't call him a beaten man. He's a champion who coaches champions, and I think he's a man of class. Very Tarkanian, you can't say much about him.
To answer your question, Bill Harvey got the net. Final score, Fullerton 86, UNLV 78. We'll be right back after this timeout.
Giant killers tonight. They took on the University of Nevada, Las Vegas, the nation's only unbeaten team before tonight, and the #1 team in the country, and they won. Final score, 86-78. Fans of the Fullerton State Titans went wild. Why not? Ed Arnold is at the popular student watering hole just off campus right now. Let's go to him for a live report on some very happy Titans. Are you alive and well?
This is where all the fans have come to. Bill Harvey, they call him Superfan. What do you think about the win tonight? It's probably one of the greatest wins ever in Titan history. The people here can't believe what took place. I'm telling you something. This is the place to go if you're looking for a school. Cal State Fullerton. What was your reaction as a cheerleader?
Oh, it was great. I could believe this game. It was super. The best game I've ever seen.
What's your reaction to the win?
I'm so happy about it. Great to graduate at Cal State. I've never been so proud of a team in all my life.
What's your reaction to the win?
I think it's just great. We won. We're the best.
That's just an indication of what these fans feel. Coach George McCorn, after the game, told us in conversation that it was the fans that made an awful lot of difference. From Fullerton, back to you in the studio for a bunch of happy fans.
Shout
I hope he gets out of there with his good health.
Okay, let's show some highlights. First of all, Vegas were up by 5 at the half with All-American Sidney Green scoring 18. But Fullerton takes charge of the boards after 4 tips. Craig Fuller finally gets it home, and the Titans lead 53-51. On the fast break, Leon Wood gives to Ricky Nixon. 20 points for Nixon. It's 55-51. Wood scored 21 for Fullerton. Watch this 30-footer as the time clock runs out. 58-51. Again, Wood leads the fast break to Ozell Jones for the slam dunk. Titans lead by 8. Wood with 12 assists to Nixon. Nixon puts up the jumper. Yes, it's 68-58, and Cal State Fullerton holds on to beat Nevada, Las Vegas 86-78.
We won. We won.
It was wonderful. Respect, you know, because they had us pitch high, and we lost a couple early games, so we shouldn't have, and we came back and beat the #1 nation in the nation.
Feels great. It's unbelievable. I've never experienced anything like this. It's just been the most. It's just been the most exciting thing in my life so far.
On the college.
How were your seats at the hockey game tonight?
At the hockey, wow, what a game that was. The Kings, the seats were great. Needed a helmet and a stick, right on the ice. There were so many fights.
Another free pass, right?
Of course.
Biggest sports story of the night tonight, down in Fullerton. That's where the Titans of Cal State Fullerton, who are 18-5 overall, 9-3 in the conference play going in, upset the nation's top-ranked team, Running Rebels of UNLV, who take their first loss in 25 starts. Final score, 86-78. Top-ranked UNLV right here, taking a 3-point lead in the first half when Jeff Collins hit a jumper. But Fullerton's Leon Wood, top scorer with 21 points, kept Fullerton close, pulled up on a break and hit a jumper of his own. In the second half, Fullerton on the run. Wood goes to Ricky Nixon, gets 2 of his 20 points. Titans take a 1-point lead, and the Vegas coach, Jerry Tarkanian, quite concerned on the sidelines. Fullerton opened up a 10-point lead. That's when Wood gave a no-look pass to Ozell Jones, who slammed it home. Vegas got to within 4 points when Jones was called for goaltending on this shot by Larry Anderson, but the Rebels turned it over a couple of times, and Leon Wood, with some great dribbling, used up valuable seconds on the clock as Fullerton wins it 77-68. After the game, these comments.
We usually start off bad in the second half. Our first 5 to 10 minutes, we usually have a bad start. And I was thinking that way that a couple more turnovers, it was going to be a game. We had it under control, even though they cut it down to 4. All we had to do was cut down our turnover and take a good shot.
We played in a lot of capacity crowds like this away from home.
8-7. Leon's going to have to hurry. Dishes it off to Neal. Can't find the handle.